Hello everyone. This video is going to show some words between English and German, what I call word calquing. So each one of these words, in this first aisle here, we have a list of German words, and in this aisle right here are just English words that have been calqued from German, or rather taken morphologically from each root of the German word and anglicized into what it may be if it had maybe survived from Old English to now, or just a little fun activity. So this first one is German Begeisterung, and in English there is be, which is just a particle for all kinds of things, the same that's in the word befriend somebody. And there's ghost. Just something that's around, and then ing. So begostering is a enthusiasm. I'm not really sure how a ghost is enthusiastic, but this is what the word is in German. The second one is the word Anlass. In English, this would be Anlet today. This is a cause or a motive. This on may be on as an answer, or it could be on like the preposition on top of something. This third one here, this word thring is an older English word that existed in Middle English in a verb called thringen during Chaucer times, and now exists only in colloquial dialects in the United Kingdom. This word eindringen in German means intrude, enter, or penetrate something. The next one is Zuversicht. This one in English would be something like to foresight. So this is confidence. So I guess you see something in front of you, foresight, the quality of being able to see before you, in front of you, is confidence. And then in German, they put lich at the end, which is like our li. They do zuversichtlich, and ours is too foresightly, and that is confident. The next one is veröffentlichen, which in English would be something like for openly in. The N that's in the word threaten, or I can't think of any other examples off the top of my head. To publish. So I guess it's like to give something out to the to open. Open, it's open to the public, open to everyone. This next one is Veröffentlichkeit. This in English would be for openlyhood, and that is just the general public. The next one is this German word wichtig, or wichtig, excuse me. This is English weighty, and in English we would never use this for important. We would only use it for something that's heavy or something that weighs a lot. And this in German means important. The next one, Wichtigkeit, weightyhood is importance. I think weight is a pretty cool word for important. Weighty. That'd be interesting if this had survived into modern English, if it had been an old English word. This next one, Redewendung. In English, this root is a little bit hard to find because there was a word to wend, W-E-N-D, which meant to turn somewhere, to turn or to bend. But there's also a wind, as in winding a clock. So you have reed wending. So a reed wending is an expression or figure of speech. The next one, vertrauen. Vertrauen is for true in, and to trust in something. So I guess to be true in something is to trust in something. Enthalten, anholden. This on right here is the same on that's in the word answer. That S in English in answer is a root that's in swear, answer. So it'd be like on swear, answer. So that "an" from there corresponds to this "ent." How the T got here and didn't survive here, I'm not exactly sure. Language evolution. This next one, German gemeinsam. In English, this is "ye mean same." This "ye," this ge in German, "ye" is kind of like an old verb root for the past, because in German, like for ungesungen, which is I guess the past tense or past participle of the word verb gezogen, which means to move something, I believe. And that ge is just would be yeah. Trying to think of a word that has that in it besides the possessive word for ye and yao. Um, Ye. I can't think of one. If I think of one, I'll add to the bottom of the video for notes. And this next one, Zelpt, Selbstverständlich, which in English would be self-verständly, your self-verständly, natural or granted. This next one, eintreffen, in drib. The drib here is the same drib that's in the word drip or in the word dribble, like dribble a basketball, for example. Same word. So to in drip, which would be the opposite of dribbling, dribbling down, is to be dribbling up, which means for your dreams to come true, for something to arrive. In German, that word can be either of those things. This next word, grundlegende, ground lane, basis or fundamental. This one is grundlegende, ground lane. The ground is a word in English that already means basis or reason, like, what are your grounds for doing this, for example. And then lane, this E and the E at the end of this word here is lane, is a ing kind of ending that exists in Swedish, in Romance languages, in the form of trying to think of what the word is, what Spanish uses. Like in the if I'll think of, this is another one I can't think of off the top of my head, but I'll provide notes at the bottom of the video. This one, Galton, corresponds to this English word yield. This the G and the Y in English have a lot of similarities, because the G was written in Old English a lot as a G, but it had like a Y sound. And that means to count applies, like this applies to this, or to be valid. This one, Einleitung, an in leading, or an introduction. So in leading, I guess you lead your audience into whatever it is you're going to say. So that one makes sense. This next one, beeinschränken, or beeinschränken. This is to be in strain. Be in strain. This is to limit, constrain, or economize. The strain would be, I believe it's the same word, strain that's in the word constrain. This next one, auswählen. It's a little bit further away because English has been separated from German proper for about probably near 1500 years now, but it was closer to Danish and Frisian than anything else. But this outwill something is to choose, select, or select. And the last one I have here, this is a very interesting one. When I'm doing this word calquing, or if you're doing the word calquing yourself for fun, then some of these words, you'll see that German has a lot of these words that end in air, and Swedish, some of the other Germanic languages up north, like Swedish, Norwegian, Old Norse, to some extent, in Icelandic, some of those will do this where they take off the F because this originally came from for, thea, like in verstehen. This E came from there. So in English, I have this as F because for it to be correspondent to what we have here, we have, yeah, the for or follow. So an or follow is a success. So, oh yeah, there. I found an example of this en, yeah, of this ende. So in French, French has a root, and Latin also has the same root, a and t, ant or ent. French has that ant, like courant, which is something that runs, for example. So you have courir, which means to run somewhere, and then ant. So that's the same root. It's probably got a larger Indo-European, or at least the European branch has some kind of corresponding root for this little E and D or E and T thing that exists in this word, legende. So this is something that can be used for learning German a little bit easier for English speakers who are learning German. You can do this little kind of thing. There's many sites you can use for this, like Wiktionary.com. Yes, it's got a Wiction in front of it, but the point is that that website that website has a lot of good stuff. So, for example, let's type in one of the words on this sheet. So let's type in Gemeinsam. So Gemeinsam will load. We'll have we'll have these kinds of things together or jointly. So what I'll do sometimes, Gemeinsam, you may, when you type in the word here, if you know the root by root, you may take out the ge part right here. If you know that som is same, you could take out som. Sometimes you may know that, and sometimes it may not give you anything at all. But mine will give you something. Mine will be meinen, or meinen, the verb for meaning something. Yeah, to mean meinen. Sometimes you can't find the roots, and sometimes you have to kind of think it out. Like som is same, like this word zusammen, which means together. Oh wow, it's Indo-European root. Didn't even know that. So the sem one. So the zusammen, for example, two same, two samen, two. So our something like that in English, two samen would be for German zusammen. So there's an example right there. So zu, or related to same, Proto-European, and this website can give you a lot of good stuff. There's also many different types of etymological dictionaries you can use for finding words that are related to one of a different language, to find out where specific roots came from in a certain specific language or a language group. So that is I'll post up some websites that you can use for looking up German etymology, and in the video below. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to send me a message, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you for watching.